Welcome back to Mark Haney, igniting the entrepreneurial revolution with the Haney Biz Project.
All right. Welcome back to the Haney Biz Project, brought to you courtesy of Sun System Technology. I'm Mark Haney, and today I have the privilege of being joined by Todd Bollenbach, the founder and CEO of GNT Solutions. How you doing, Todd?
I'm doing great, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here, and I want to hear your entrepreneurial story. I want our guests, our listeners, to know you. I know you and I are good buddies. We're in the Entrepreneurs Organization together, but tell us what most people don't know about you, and give us a little bit of your story of entrepreneurship, because you're a really humble guy. So let it rip.
Absolutely. It's difficult to talk about yourself, but I'll try. Entrepreneurship is something that's kind of been with me since I was in elementary school, sort of.
Okay.
Way back. And
what did you do in elementary school?
You know, you sell little things at school here and there. You know, like third grade, sell candy to the kids and like work your way through, and then kind of like side hustles. But it's starting in business. Started back in 2004 after working for somebody in consulting in San Jose, commuting 4 days a week to San Jose. After that, I worked with a person, and we decided, myself and another coworker decided that that's not what we want to do, and the company wasn't very financially stable, and we always had this entrepreneurial drive and spirit. So thought we could do this ourselves and hit the ground running and kind of go from there.
Well, okay, so you start off, it's you and a friend that you work with. I mean, I think a lot of entrepreneurial ventures kind of get started that way. Hey, you know what? We could do it better than these guys are doing it. Let's go off on our own. And obviously it's worked. I mean, tell us about your company now. What's it look like today? It's not just you and another guy. In fact, I think you bought out that partner along the way somewhere.
Did a couple years ago. He exited the business, and I've taken over, ran it myself for the last couple of years. Recently brought on a new business partner, but yeah, we've been very fortunate, grown it to one of the largest managed IT companies in the region. We have great success over the years, acquired a couple firms, been locally recognized with some business awards, and we're just driving.
Okay, so what is managed IT? To us C students out here, what's managed IT?
Managed IT is companies that don't typically have their own IT department. So companies between 15 and a couple hundred employees, they hire us to do their IT for them.
So basically, somebody who's got, say, 100 employees and has an IT department, they need to get rid of that and hire you guys.
Absolutely.
Okay, fire your IT guy. Okay, good idea. So, and that's good for entrepreneurship, but why do they use someone like you versus the IT department? Do you do it better? Is it cheaper, faster?
Often all of those things.
Okay.
So it's definitely cheaper and faster, typically. We have a larger staff, and we also don't become complacent. So if you're 100 employees, you might have 2 people in your IT department. All they see is your existing environment. They don't see anything else. So they become really complacent and tunnel vision in just your space. They don't see what other trends are going on in the world.
So you've built this company from just you and a partner. Now it's scaled up and one of the most successful managed IT companies here locally in Sacramento. It couldn't have been easy. Give us a little bit of the ups and downs of entrepreneurship.
We've definitely had our struggles. A lot of it is figuring out how to scale and when to bring on employees, how to push the limits of your current staff, how to sell. How do you sell this product and kind of get out there? 2009, 10, that was a real struggle for us.
Just because of the economy being so bad?
The economy obviously tanked, and how we charge for our services based upon typically the number of employees somebody has. So when they are cutting their staff, we're losing revenue. And we weren't mature enough to understand that process. And so in 2009, I didn't take a salary, and neither my business partner, for all of 2009, because it was either cut staff or not take it ourselves. So
so you elected to cut your salary to zero instead of letting employees go.
Yeah.
That's how important your team is to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. They rely on us to have a job. They rely on us to provide for them. And it was more important for me for them to have that.
I think that's one of the things that struck me over the years, knowing you in the Entrepreneurs Organization, is your, I don't know, kindness, I guess, and the way you are with, I mean, let's talk about our EO group here for a second, because when we have the Entrepreneurs Organization, for those who may not know, is a group, I like to describe it as like AA for entrepreneurs, right? So it's a place where guys like me and Todd can get together and confess our sins to our buddies, or get a little bit of that bonding that you get when you lay it all out. And sometimes that's about business. Sometimes that's even about our personal life. So talk to us about our EO Forum. I mean, we have a great group of guys.
Yeah, we have rock stars within our group by far, and drivers that kind of keep you motivated, it's a wonderful thing to be around. For me, it's a venue where I can vent if I'm having personal issues or struggles within the business that other people don't want to hear about. They don't want to hear about your problems. Oh, poor guy, you have tax issues or whatever is happening. They just don't want to hear about it.
If you're talking to your employees about how much money you're making and how much tax, oh gosh, I'm going to have to pay so much in tax. Sometimes that's not as motivational to the employee.
It's not motivating at all.
You need to do. So who do you share that stuff? You come home and you stress out the family, or do you really have this? In our world, we have all guys in our particular forum, but women are involved in the entrepreneurs organization as well. We're able to sort of use that group of about 9 or 10 of us as a sounding board, maybe a board of directors, if you will.
Absolutely. They are definitely the sounding board, and I do consider them my board of directors. They're people that I rely heavily on, and I know that at any time I can reach out to them and get some real hard advice.
Yeah, and then at the chapter level, I mean, we're like 50 people strong here in EO. As you know, I'm going to be coming in as the new president of EO, I think in like 6 months. So I'll be on a little bit of a recruiting mission for successful, ambitious entrepreneurs who want to have some of that camaraderie. But let's go back to your story. I derailed it a little bit to talk about, did a little plug for entrepreneurs, or the Entrepreneurs Organization, but the Todd Bollenbach story. Tell us about where it's at today, and then where do you see your business, and where do you see technology going? Because you're a smart guy.
Our business, we have very great growth. We're very fortunate for our opportunities that we have within the region, and our growth is outstanding. It's been going over the years, so we expect to double in the next couple of years.
What do you attribute that growth to?
Our clients. We get to work with really, really great companies, and those companies are not only a referral source for us, but they actually make us better because they're such strong companies that they drive us to be better, so we have to step it up.
And as they grow, you tend to grow, but you talked about that referral thing. I mean, I don't even think you guys really advertise, right? You pretty much just give great IT service, and people start telling their buddies.
That's exactly it. Yeah, we don't have a sales team. We do not advertise in any way. We're 100% referral based.
And I'm wondering, I'm picturing myself as an IT services guy, and because when we talked about this at the beginning of the show, if I can't figure out how to work my phone, or if I even lose my phone, or what if my computer goes down, right? Yeah. That is one of the most frustrating things that can happen, I think, in business. It for a lot of us, it's kind of like the cash register. When the computers go down, the phones go down, business comes to a screeching halt. Are you faced with having to deal with these panic attacks from guys like me?
Fortunately, I don't have to deal with the day-to-day. Okay. I'm in the trenches as much anymore. Those years are kind of past me, but absolutely, that's what we deal with often. And it's a grind of a business from our employee side often. People call with their problems constantly, and it's a little bit of therapy in our office. It's a little bit of motivation, and it's just, let's get things done.
What about fear? I mean, cybersecurity is such a big part of the IT world these days, and I know a lot of us are worried about some kind of data breach. You hear about these big ones that make the news where people get their personal information stolen from a large company. Target is the one that comes to mind. I mean, even small companies are worried about their data, the security of their data.
Absolutely. The smart companies, at least, are worried about their data. Data breach, so you ask where the trends are going in our industry. It's all around cybersecurity and data protection, and how can we make sure that we protect their data the best. If that's encryption, if that's a strong employee education, if that's going, the next step is not only talking about backup and recovery, but what's our business continuity plan. So if we do have an issue or a breach, what do we do our next steps?
So the preventative stuff, talking to the team, the employees of the business, so that they're not doing the wrong stuff on their computer, surfing the wrong sites, if you will. You probably see all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah, it's fun at times.
What's the weirdest thing you've come across?
Not safe for radio.
Okay.
But yeah, it's exactly it. It's training the staff. So we run phishing and social engineering campaigns with our clients, and it's to campaign against the staff in a way, so to see what they click on and what they don't, and then train them based upon it. It's not for gotchas or what did you do or you did something wrong. We want to make them better, and then we want to train them and help maintain their flow and security. Because where most breaches in a company are going to come from, it's going to be internally. It's going to be somebody clicks on a link, gives up their username, password, credentials, and accidentally lets somebody in.
Talk to us about migrating to the cloud. I hear this when in the circles I run in, people are having their data, they're on site in many cases, but there's a migration or a trend toward migrating to the cloud.
Yeah, absolutely. The cloud just sort of references your equipment's not in your office anymore. It's in another location. It's in a data center regionally, could be across the U.S., could be across the globe. And it's moving everything from within your office out of your office. It's a huge trend. It works well for most companies. Internet is your main resource for that. You want to make sure you have strong internet. And then does it fit your business? What are your business line applications? What do you do? But what it does do is it gives a lot of companies flexibility that they're not as dependent and reliant upon one location. If there's an event or if something happens at that location, they can start up in another place. It kind of falls back into their business continuity.
And from a CapEx standpoint, they're not having to go out and buy big equipment, servers, and so on. Having somebody maintain that equipment, you basically turn it over to something as a service, right? So that you pay some kind of monthly fee to get your data saved in the cloud.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. Our whole industry is going to a subscription-based model. If it's software, servers are a big one. People think of Amazon as delivery service. They're the second largest hosting provider in the world, and at times the largest. So it depends on how you're looking at, but they run more data. Apps you're running on your phone, they're running on Amazon. And so the services that are going more and more global, they want to have it in a agnostic space where they can have flexibility, and that's the cloud.
Yeah, you bet. And that's as entrepreneurs, we need to stay agile, need to stay flexible. Closing thoughts, thinking about why you do what you do. What inspires you? I know you're a family man. I know your team inspires you. But if you could pin it down to what makes Todd get up every day and go fight the good fight for his business.
It sounds a little cheesy at times, but we just get to do things for other people. We get to support other companies. We get to support employees, not just our employees, but we get to help other entrepreneurs run their business. And we're such a driving factor in that. And we want to make sure that they have the technology in their business that keeps them going and helps them thrive.
Helping those businesses go and thrive and keep their data safe. Todd, I want to thank you for coming on the show today. Thank you for your friendship and our brotherhood that we have in the Entrepreneurs Organization. Coming up after the break, though, I'm going to bring back Greg Van Duzen, and we're going to talk about the show, the little bit of the purpose of the Haney Biz Project. I like to say, are you hanging or are you banging? And when we're banging, we're at our very best. And maybe I'll talk a little bit about how we work at our very best opportunities. Join the revolution at HaneyBiz.com, brought to you courtesy of Audi Rockland. This is the Haney Biz Project.